This video will cover the Chapter 6 notes, Example 2, and we start off with a trial balance in this problem. Remember, a trial balance is nothing more than just a list of all the accounts and their balances. So we have all of the accounts listed, temporary and permanent accounts, and then we have a list of accounts with debit balances and credit balances, and we see that debits and credits equal each other. The first thing we're going to do is closing entries, and then in the video following this, we will make financial statements for this problem as well. So remember that closing entries only involve temporary accounts. I'll go back to page 1 real quick. Closing entries transfer revenue balances, expense balances, and drawing balances to owner's capital. And I'm just trying to emphasize the point that closing entries have nothing to do with assets, liabilities, and we don't close owner's capital, but we close things to owner's capital. So we will start off with revenue. The revenue account has a balance of $5,000, so if we were to close revenue, it would need a debit. So we would debit revenue, $5,000, credit income summary, $5,000. And then I will take that, and I don't have T account set up for revenues, expenses, or drawings, but we do have a T account set up for income summary. And so from our journal entry, we just credited income summary $5,000. So again, revenue has a normal credit balance. To close it, we would debit the account just the opposite and credit income summary. Expenses have normal debit balances. So we're going to take all of these expenses, and I'm going to just copy and paste. So I could hit Control C. I just copied those. And then Control V, I will paste those into the journal entry. And I got rid of all my grid lines, so I'll go back and add those. So right click, Format Cells, Border, put those back in. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the amounts. So Control C, and then Control V. This time I'll use Format Painter. That's another little trick in Excel. So notice how it got rid of my grid lines. I'm going to select that, hit Format Painter, click on there, and it puts those grid lines back in, or those borders. So basically, expenses have a normal debit balance. So the opposite of that would be a credit. So if I want to close all of my expenses, those need credits. So we are going to debit income summary for the total of the expenses. And one thing I could do is select this box right here. I'll go to Auto Sum, add up all of my expenses, hit Enter, and I get total expenses of $1,950. So I'll post that to the T account. That leaves a balance in income summary of $3,050. And now we're going to take that and close it to owner's capital. And I did not put the beginning balance in owner's capital, so let me go ahead and do that. That's $4,100. So that was our balance from the previous accounting period. And then we're adding now net income to owner's capital. So down here we can see income summary has a credit balance. I need to debit that account to make it equal 0. And I didn't have my formula set up here correctly. So it has a balance of $3,050. debit that account, it goes down to 0. So we debit income summary and we credit owner's capital for $3,050. And then the last thing, we have to close drawings. Drawings have a balance of $900 and it's a debit balance. And again, drawings are not part of the income summary account. Income summary is just a summary of income, revenues, and expenses. So think of drawings as something that we would decide to pay after we look at net income, after we look at profitability. So we'd want to evaluate the business, see how profitable it was, and then decide if we want to take a distribution or a drawing. So drawings are after net income. Drawings are not part of net income. And I know that's redundant, but let's just go ahead and write that down. Drawings are not part of net income. So in my journal entries, I would need to debit owner's capital and credit drawings. So I'll go to the capital account, 900, and that leaves us with an ending balance in owner's capital of $6,250.